Jim Barnett, Warriors TV here, visiting with newly acquired free agent Jermaine O'Neal, 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA player, and a man that can score. When you got that opportunity, and you were traded in 2000 for Dale Davis, he went to Portland, you immediately had an impact, and for 4 or 5 years there, over 20 a game. Your 5th year in Indiana, you averaged 24.3. That's not easy to do in this league. I remember too, as you get older, maybe you're not as quick and stuff, but you have experience. And with your ability, you started in high school at 6'4", you were a guard, you learned to play on the outside. You're a big man that can go to the perimeter, to the free throw line, knock down jump shots. You have a tremendous fadeaway jump shot. You can still help this club offensively if they need that.
Absolutely. You know, I think if you're going to continue to play this game, you have to be able to do the things that you're capable of doing. And I don't want to be one-dimensional. I want to be able to control both ends. You know, whether it's, playing 15 minutes a game, whether it's playing, 30 minutes in a game, whatever it may be. I believe I can control it by blocking shots, taking charges, scoring when given an opportunity, whatever it is. I believe I can do it. And I would have not taken this opportunity from the Warriors if I felt like I physically couldn't go out and compete and help this team.
You talk about the other end, because this, under Coach Mark Jackson, they're emphasizing defense. You're nearly 2 blocks a game in your career. And I have to go back. You had someone that you admired and respected in Bill Russell, and you followed him, watched a lot of film of him against Wilt Chamberlain. Where did that come about?
Man, it was just, I remember watching some tape on him, and it was just the way he controlled the game. It's a lot of guys that's been throughout this league and been through this league who can only control one part of the game. But one thing that always stood out is that he put just as much energy on the defensive end than he did on the offensive end. And both of them, yeah. And I had an opportunity to sit down and talk to him, and that was just kind of the moment, where I was like, okay, well, this is what I want to do, and obviously Bill Russell is probably one of the greatest players to ever do it, but when you get advice from him, you got to take it and you got to run with it.
Not a bad mentor when he has 11 championships in 13 years.
Right, absolutely.
Absolutely. You know about this club. They made a big splash last year in the playoffs, overcame Denver in the first round, pushed San Antonio. A young core. They've got a tremendous point guard in Steph Curry, who perhaps is the best shooter in the league right now, but can pass the ball. David Lee can pass the ball. Are you looking forward to playing with a team that's going to be unselfish, can have skills like that and pass the ball and make it a little easier for you?
Absolutely. I think those things coexist with being a good team. You got to have all those things working all at once, because what happens is when the ball gets stuck or you get guys that don't want to pass, that shows up on the scout report. So it makes the job that much harder. I know David Lee very well. Some of these young guys I haven't quite had the opportunity to meet and spend time with, but for the most part, for everything that I hear and everything I've seen, they're great character guys, they're great locker room guys, and they're great athletes, and that's the perfect combination.
You played for some interesting coaches. A few years under Isaiah Thomas in Indiana.
Yeah.
You played obviously for Rick Carlisle there, a tremendous coach. Former players, Sam Mitchell, Mike Dunleavy.
Yeah.
You played for P.J. Carlissimo, and you played for Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Right. Doc Rivers. Mark Jackson was in Indiana twice, but he left the year that you came from Portland,
right.
So you never got to play with him. What do you know about Mark Jackson? What are you looking forward to playing for him?
Well, I love his personality. I love just the energy that he brings. The team is always going to be good as the leader, and the leader ultimately is going to be the head coach. If you can look up there and you can believe in everything that he says, you're willing to run through that wall every single night. And when I looked at him, in the timeouts, and I love what the NBA does now, with the in-game timeout speeches, and they show everybody what they're saying. He just brings that energy. He's a guy that doesn't have to yell to get your attention, and I'm very much so looking forward to doing it. I know he's old school. I'm very good friends with Reggie, and Reggie talks very highly of him. So his demeanor his tough-nosed demeanor is something that I'm quite used to bringing to as well. You know, and hopefully the city and the organization and the fan base enjoy that type of play that I bring.
You talked earlier about playing both ends of the floor. You mentioned that no one's going to outwork you at your age. You appreciate where you are. The years go by pretty fast, but I sense a maturity in you that some people never acquire, but you've acquired that, and I think it's going to be a nice fit for the Golden State Warriors, Mark Jackson, and this club and you, and just the best of luck, and look forward to calling the action with you on the floor this year, Jermaine.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.